Da-da-dun, 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 dun, 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 dun. It's time, Mike. It is time.
It's
The
time,
moment
baby.
we've all been waiting for, Mike. The dream has come true. The Miami Hurricanes play for a national championship in their home stadium. The first time ever a college football team will play for the national championship in their own stadium
In the CFP era, mind you.
in the CFP era. But it's the first time we've seen this. And the thing is, all right, if you're Georgia and you're playing in Athens, you get to play in Athens, let's just say, which would never happen, but let's just say. Not the same thing. This is Miami, baby. This is the 305.
The Magic City.
You understand me, Mike? This is the 305.
305.
Miami isn't messing around. Goodbye, Trinidad Chambliss. No more college football for you, buddy. Sixth,
Hey, hey,
sixth
hey.
year, denied, denied. And, well, if you're an Indiana fan, you're lucky because you get to get out of Bloomington. Huh, I'd be happy too.
The middle of nowhere.
Absolute middle of nowhere. Anything's better than Bloomington, you know what they say. But
There,
first,
there.
Mike, let's get to how the Canes got here. A little bit of a nail biter versus Ole Miss. Honestly, comes down to the final play. I will stand by this. Okay, I'll stand by this. It was pass interference. I'm sorry. Okay, it was pass interference on the final play of
Yeah, you
the
could have
game
made
against.
the argument for OPI because the guy's grabbing the other dude's face mask first. But I like the referee decision to let him play. 9 times out of 10, they'll let him play. Very rarely will you get a flag thrown on that play. But yeah, we back, baby. We back. We here. We here, as Mario likes to say. He doesn't like to say that we're back. He likes to say we're here, we're now, we are present, we are the future.
And what's incredible is that from everything we've seen, and I said this on Telemundo, and I had this exact same fit on. I was getting
Shout
interviewed.
out Channel 51. All of our Latin Miami viewers know.
Oh yeah,
Telemundo 51.
and I was very fortunate. It was network too, so yeah, I know, pretty cool. It was cool, but I said two things. I said two things. The first thing was that it is absolutely incredible that we're here. It's incredible that we're saying this because I remember sitting in front of Lake Osceola running a special edition Melendez Sports Spectrum. And here we were, me turning to you and saying, "Hey, Mike, you know what? I think our season's cooked. I think we're done for. We lost twice. We're not getting in. The committee is not considering us." Even a couple days before, a lot of people had their doubts. Miami even going to get in? They're not going to bump Notre Dame out. No way. Miami's not playing again. Notre Dame isn't playing again. There's absolutely no way Miami even gets into the playoff. And you even said it. All roads lead back home. And you were saying, what if Miami gets to play? And I'm gonna put that clip. We're rolling that clip on socials, on everything, because
Ready.
we're
Roll
we're
the clip.
time roll the tape, Mike. Roll the tape because weeks back in December, you were saying, what if the Canes get to play the Natty at home? And here we are, and it's surreal because 2 months ago, we thought our season was done.
They call me a seer because I know ball. I know things.
Michael Muella has proven his ball knowledge, okay? And one of the
Come on now.
things I think that's being talked about a lot is if Carson Beck just doesn't turn the football over, Miami will become national champions. What do you think?
Agreed. I mean, it all starts with that defensive and offensive line. I mean, we saw the way that the defense started the game against Ole Miss in the Fiesta Bowl. That's basically what Miami has done this entire playoff run. They put the defense on the field first against Texas A&M. They put the defense on the field first against Ohio State, and they put the defense on the field first against Ole Miss. Defense sets the tone, especially when you got guys like Amon Moten Sr., double nines out there. When you got Akeem Mesidor, big number three out there. When you got Hurricane Ruben Bain Jr. wearing that Devin Hester number four out there on the field. I mean, those three guys have been so critical to Miami's defense this season, let alone just the playoff run. But they've done their thing. Now, granted, Trinidad Chambliss made it a lot more difficult to put pressure on the quarterback just because of his ability to scramble outside of the pocket and continue to extend plays and make plays with his feet. But look at what they did against Marcel Reed, who's not much of a dual threat quarterback, but can still make plays with his legs when needed. Julian Sayin, much more of a pure pocket passer kind of guy. They had 12 sacks for their first two playoff games, and I think they only had one sack against Ole Miss. Okay, testament to Ole Miss's offensive line. But the Miami offensive line has also done their thing too. They've created separation for the running backs, Mark Fletcher Jr., Gerard Pringle, Marty Brown. They've given Carson Beck time to throw the football. He played a great game against Ole Miss, his highest passing yardage total in the playoff, and he also threw for two touchdowns. And he even ran in the game-winning score right in front of that Miami fan base. And you could see the smile and the yell on his face. That meant a lot to him just because of all that he's been through. He said on College Game Day, right before the playoffs started, or I think it was on College Game Day right before the Florida game. But he said that, he was in so much pain. He didn't even know if he was going to be able to throw the football the same way again, let alone throw the football again. That's how much of an injury he suffered in that SEC championship game against Texas last season. And the testament to what he's been through, what he did in the regular season, and what he's done in the playoff. He's only committed one turnover through the first three games of the playoffs. One of the best quarterbacks in the college football playoff, and the most experienced by far, um, because he won two national championships as a backup with Georgia, got to a third playoff with Georgia, but really couldn't prove himself as the starter. But again, it all starts with the big boys up front. If you win the line of scrimmage, you win the game because you can force the quarterback into frustration. You can throw him off of his rhythm. And that's what Indiana's so good at, their tempo. Their offense creates tempo. Their offense will wear you down with the tempo, and the defense will come after you. So if Miami can slow down Indiana's tempo, starting with the defensive line, the Miami Hurricanes will win the football game and they will win their first national title in 24 years.
It's pretty unreal. It's pretty unreal to be talking about all these players. And it's really funny. I don't know if you've ever I think you well he would have been a but he would have been a freshman when you were here. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if you ever ran into Markel Bell um
No, I personally haven't, but that dude's a monster.
at the comm school. It's so funny because you'd always see him. He's got this one big jug of water in his hand. He's got the other big jug of Gatorade, and it's like well, not I shouldn't say jug. It's a gallon. I mean, it's a
Yeah,
gallon.
well, a gallon jug, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, sure. But it's just so funny to see because always been like, this guy's just an absolute monster. When you really start paying attention to guys like him on the line, I mean, Miami's got some big boys. I mean, he's gigantic. He's six
Yeah, I
foot
mean,
nine and 345. I
I
mean,
mean,
that
I
is a
genuinely think
mountain of a
our
man.
own line, I think our own line averages about like 6'7", 6'8", like 330, 340. Dude, our guys are monsters. And then you add guys like Jackson Cantwell, the number one offensive lineman for the 2026 class in the next year. The offensive line is only going to get better.
And just a couple quick things on some of the guys you mentioned. First, so we'll go all the way back to the Cotton Bowl. But Julian saying Carlsbad kid, Carlsbad, California, where I went to high school. Saw him at it was funny because after he I was already in Miami, but after Ohio State lost, he was back in Carlsbad, well in Encinitas near Carlsbad at the bars. Just out and some of our friends checking, oh, Julian saying at the bar spotting. Um but that happens. And when you talk about Trinidad Chambliss running out, using his legs, kid runs so much he ran out of eligibility. I mean, literally just absolutely can't use his legs anymore. I'm glad he liked that one, Mike. I'm glad he liked that one, Mike. That
That's
one was for
clever. I
you.
like that one a lot.
Okay.
That is clever. He
Um,
ran so much he ran out of eligibility. That's good. That's good.
I'm glad you enjoyed. I'm glad you enjoyed because I mean it was one of those games where Ole Miss just I honestly wanted a Carson Beck Georgia revenge game in the Fiesta Bowl. Not that it matters. We're in the Natty. But
Right.
it was one of those things where the matchup was a little bit complicated for Miami because
Hmm.
Ole Miss O-line, very good. Ruben Bain really didn't look like himself. Still love the guy, obviously. He's fantastic. He's absolutely a first rounder, absolutely one of, if not the best D end in the draft. And I think he will be a big time factor against Indiana. But
Hmm.
it was a difficult game because you slow down Miami's pass rush, and on top, Miami couldn't stop the running game.
Yeah,
Uh,
no, I definitely think that, and you never want to see a talented player like that go down, even if you're rooting against him. It's unfortunate, but injuries are part of the game. But yeah, I think you're right. I mean, you can make a very valid argument that if Keywan Lacey doesn't get hurt and plays the whole game, Ole Miss probably goes easily for 150 rushing yards in the game. Let alone Keywan Lacey probably has 135 of them by himself. Um, but yeah, I mean, you can make the argument that Ole Miss's running game was definitely affected by that, and there was a lot more pressure on Trinidad Chambliss to kind of like, okay, I don't have my top running back. I'm gonna have to either throw the ball, get rid of it, or make plays with my feet because this is a lot more pressure on me. And think about this. Do you think if Ole Miss was playing in the national championship that Trinidad Chambliss gets his extra year? Just curious.
See, I don't know what honestly, I'm not gonna lie. We've seen the amount of things that have just really spiraled out of control when it comes to NIL and eligibility. And it's not just football. I mean, we just saw a guy, I forget his name, but he played in the NBA G League and in Summer League, and he's coming back to college.
Yes, yes,
So
I heard about this. Hang on,
so it's
hang on. There was a post about it.
yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah, I forget. He played for North
I'm looking it
Carolina.
up.
Um,
I think he was committed to Baylor.
yeah, and I
Let
mean,
me
it's
see.
just ridiculous the way that I mean, and not to go back, I'm forgetting the name of our tight end last year. He was in his ninth year of college football.
Oh, Cam McCormick.
Yeah, Cam McCormick. I mean, and don't get me wrong, Carson Beck's in the seventh year. So it's like, yeah, certain things are like, all right, he's getting denied a sixth year, but we've seen players play for more seasons. So
Oh, I
I
got
don't
him right here. James Najee,
yeah.
7 foot 255 freshman.
Yeah, good one. Oh man. But overall, I don't know. I don't really know. No way they get he gets to be a freshman again? No. That's ridiculous. You're kidding me. Wait.
Mm-hmm.
This is absurd. That's absurd. I love how his bio has no information on the Baylor athletics page. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
I
good
think if
one.
you do like a ESPN on Instagram search, I think they
Ridiculous.
might do something. Let me see.
Ridiculous. But anyway, not to before we go off on a big time because we could do hours long podcast on just eligibility. But to close out the quarterback battle between a guy in seventh year, transferred, doubted, when he was going through his BBL Latina phase, he started playing very poorly. Mike, it's true. It's true.
I
Carson
know
Beck
it's
was
true, but
struggling mid-season. Sorry, the facts are out there. Okay, the proof is in the pudding, or the proof is in the arroz con leche or arroz con mango, whatever you want to call it.
arroz con frijoles.
Arroz,
In my
bro,
home, it's arroz con frijoles
arroz
negros, bro.
con glandules, whatever you want to like,
Facts,
whatever you want to.
facts.
But the thing is, you got Carson Beck on one side. and then you got the hometown kid. And here's my question to you. Do you think Fernando Mendoza shines and goes, all right, this is the moment I've wanted my entire life. I'm playing in front of all my friends and family. All eyes are on me. I am the storyline. Because honestly, when it comes to national champion, besides Miami playing at home for the chip, I think Fernando Mendoza, being the hometown kid, starting
Hmm.
for the number one undefeated college football team in the 2025-26 season, that is the biggest storyline. It is.
Yeah.
So do you think that he shies away, the lights are too bright, or do you think he just absolutely balls out, regardless of Indiana wins or not? How do you think his performance is going to be, the fact that he gets to play in his hometown?
Well, I mean, it is like you said, the number one storyline outside of Miami playing at home on their home field for a national title. Fernando Mendoza is the biggest storyline, and I mean, with that, I mean, there's clear signs pointing that he's going to be the number one overall pick just because of how efficiently he's played all season long, let alone in the college football playoff. You know, a 38-3 rout of Alabama in the Orange Bowl. Then you go into Atlanta in the Peach Bowl, and you put up 56-22 against Oregon, whose defense had previously shut out Texas Tech's defense 23 to nothing in the Orange Bowl. Um, I mean, shoot, you can make the argument for both sides, but I think the biggest thing that Miami has to do in order to slow down Fernando Mendoza is they cannot play prevent defense. They cannot play that prevent defense that they've been playing in the second half of the playoff. I mean, we saw it against Ohio State. Immediately, first two drives, boom, touchdown the second half. I'm like, oh, all right, this is getting serious now. We saw it against Ole Miss in the second half. Prevent defense, what happens? 5 yards, 12 yards, 10 yards, 9, 11. It's all those chunk plays because when you play that prevent defense and you let these guys play 5 yards off the line of scrimmage, all they have to do is take a three-step curl route, boom, turn around, the ball's right there. Or you go 1-2 drop, boom, make a quick slant route over the middle, boom, ball's right there. That's an easy 6-8 yards per play. And you can't do that, especially in a national championship game where the stakes are enormous and the lights are brightest. So, and that's where Fernando Mendoza's good at. And also, you cannot get burned on that because Fernando Mendoza is not afraid to take the deep shots. I think he has like what? I think his average air yards per attempt down the field of 20 yards. I think he's completing over 50% of those passes, which is ridiculous. And most of those guys are wide open and his back shoulder ball is unreal. Like you have a guy running down the sideline, he'll turn around and pivot, and the ball's right here on that back shoulder. The only place where his receiver can get it. Or he'll just float it up top there, and the receiver, all he has to do is turn around, boom, it's right here in the bread basket. So I think if you're Miami, you got to slow down that tempo. You cannot give him time. So if I'm Miami, I'm rushing at least 4 or 5 on every single snap. Have your two backers drop in press coverage, have your corners jam those receivers at the line, get physical, and then you bring the safeties help over the middle and at least play three safeties in the secondary. Have one roaming the backfield, have two helping those corners out, and then um, you have an extra linebacker blitz with those four defensive linemen. So, and I think if you do that, you're going to get Mendoza flustered. He's not going to have time to throw the football. Or even if he does, he makes an errant throw and Miami's defense capitalizes on it. That's how Miami's going to win the game. So, yes, he could shine arguably. You know, he could put up, oh, like 300 yards, 5 touchdowns or whatever. Or Miami's defense could make him play scared. And I think that's what the biggest thing is.
Holy ball knowledge, Mike. Yeah, I mean, you
I
know
got
me.
ball IQ. I got ball knowledge.
You know me. I like football. It's been incredible to, I mean, you know my story. Coming, never thought I'd end up going to a football school, let alone my school being in the Natty. So just, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just kind of surreal. But I'll say a couple things. Number one, number one, chain gang. Number two, trenches gang. And number three, Rush Gang. Because I am telling you, if they send three, four, number three, number four, and whoever else, oof, I don't care if you're the hometown kid wanting to put on a show. I don't want those guys running at me on the biggest stage because you know those guys are hungry. They're getting healthy. I mean, the other thing is, the amount of Miami guys that had the flu and weren't feeling well for the Fiesta Bowl. Now you get them healthy. They come back. They're locked in. They get to the team hotel. You know, this is
Team hotel.
Come on, Mike, don't do that. Don't do
I
that.
know. I'm sorry. I'm
Listen, it's
sorry.
okay. There's certain things that need to be given to Carson Beck if you catch my you know?
Catch your
We
drift. Yeah, I
yeah.
gotcha.
Okay.
I
So
gotcha.
there's certain things that the players need to be locked in. But I just want to say this to close out. Score prediction. Said it yesterday. I think it's gonna be 28, Miami 28, Indiana 24. If you're a believer that Indiana is this incredible team, honestly, their strength of schedule isn't the best. They haven't beaten that many great teams, but their last two wins in the playoff have been extremely dominant. So if
Hmm.
you're someone who thinks, well, yeah, I don't care, Miami's at home, but Indiana just looked too good, nobody's stopping them. I get it. It's also just really hard to have an undefeated season and on top of it be a national champion. That's so difficult. We've seen it in the NFL with teams like the Panthers. It's just really hard. It's really, really
Hmm.
hard. I don't think it happens. Give me the U. Give me Carson Beck. Give me Malachi Tony. Dude, honestly, one of my favorite players, seriously, one of my favorite players has been Toure. Just
Yeah.
hard hitting back. It's just, it's just unreal to watch a guy like that. No fear. Just no fear on the guy. So
Mhm.
give me the Canes. Mike?
Yeah, I'm going with the U as well. But I think the game starts off a bit slower than people might think. It's going to be a defensive battle.
Yeah.
I think the first half is probably going to end like right around either the 14-10, 17-14 kind of range. And then in the second half, we just get a shootout. Boom, boom, boom. And I like the U 35-31.
Oh, so you heard it here. You got you here and you here. Double Canes for the win. Mike, it's going to be unbelievable. I like I said on Telemundo. Like I said, if Miami wins, the city might burn.
Oh, dude,
If
if
Miami
Miami, bro, if the Miami wins, the whole city is gonna party like it's 2001, bro. There's gonna be
worse,
the pots
more.
and pans, ding, 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 ding. Everybody gonna be rolling around in their cars. They're gonna be going down Calle Ocho, blasting la reggaeton. Like they're gonna be blasting everything. They're gonna have flares everywhere. Next thing you know, you're
I
gonna hear Uncle Luke do a little pop-up concert. The you, it's all about the you. Next thing
I
you know,
sure
you're gonna
hope
have
so,
Trick
man.
Daddy come out, Rick Ross. Oh, dude, I can't wait to see the alumni on that sideline on Monday night.
Oh yeah.
Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Edgerrin
Michael
James,
Irvin, Michael Irvin
Andre
pulled up
Johnson.
with his bodyguard to Regatta last night.
Get the
He
get
was
out.
there,
Michael Irvin
just
was at
laughing, just
Regatta.
saying what's up to people, hyping everybody up. But
Playmaker was at Regatta, bro.
it's pretty cool.
We
I mean,
coming
it's pretty
home,
cool.
baby.
Listen,
We coming home.
whatever happens, still no football team, no city has more swag and style and hype than Miami. More aura.
Hmm.
No,
Plus, no school or no football program has such big alumni support than Miami. You have the Jimmy Johnson football camps. He comes down, he coaches up the young guys, gives them advice.
it's
You got
unreal.
guys like Playmaker, who's in the building every single day. Jason Taylor, who's a former Miami Dolphin legend. He's coaching Ruben Bain and Akeem Mesidor. You got guys on the sideline like Edge, Andre, Playmaker, Sugar Ray.
It's
I
nuts.
mean,
It's nuts. There's nothing like it. I don't
dude,
think
it's
Indiana's ready
ridiculous.
for it. I really don't think they are. But one thing's for sure, we'll have a reaction video up for it after during the week. Hopefully we can get it Tuesday. If Miami wins, there might be a little delay on that video because uh we'll have to regain our voices. But
Oh, facts.
we'll have that up. Again, be sure, like, comment, subscribe, share it everywhere. You go tell everybody Melinda Sports Spectrum and tell everybody Natty time. Do catch y'all.
The U, baby.